Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. An intoxicated Nikki spirals, and Ashley's alters battle for control. The young and the restless Abby confronts Billy as Devon tries to shore up support. Nikki has drunken daymares, and Ms. Abbott takes over from Belle. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. On Crimson Light's patio, Billy meets Abby. They discuss the vote at Chancellor Winters, and Billy muses that it was Abby's first board vote alongside a romantic partner. It's complicated. He wonders if Abby's here to deliver a peace offering or a warning from Devon. Abby informs him that Devon doesn't know she's meeting with him tonight. Billy muses, under the radar. Why's that? Abby is concerned. She cares about both of them very much and doesn't like where this is going. She thinks the issue seems personal. Devon thinks he's making power plays to gain control at Chancellor Winters. She needs to know that truth. What are you really wanting out of Chancellor Winters? In the jazz lounge, Devon tells Nate he needs to know that he can trust him. He's worried about a threat to the company that involves Lily. Nate is surprised. He thought Devon would say Billy. Devon says that's what he's talking about. Billy's the threat. His agenda is to try and get close to Lily and get her to side with him. He's picked up on something between them and can usually trust his gut. Nate's unconvinced. This is Lily they're talking about. Devon says there's more. Lily's upset that he knew what was going on with Daniel and Heather and didn't tell her. He's worried he can't count on her vote anymore. If she keeps siding with Jill and Billy, he'll have no say in his own company. Devon wants to figure out how to get Billy out of Chancellor Winters. Nate says trying to oust Billy is a big move. Jill will raise hell. Devon feels he has no other option. He challenges everything he says and only cares about putting his family's stamp on the company. Nate fears that Devon's concerns are more personal than for the good of the company. Billy challenges his authority he wants to hold on to. Devon has earned his authority. What has Billy done? If nothing changes, he'll have to think about pulling out and taking half the company with him. He's worried Billy is getting to Lily. If that happens, things will fall apart. Nate wonders if he's stopped trusting his own sister. In a GCHC suite, Nikki's inebriated and the place looks trashed. Nikki is laying on the sofa with her feet over the back, slurring about Victor and Lauren calling her. Can't I have one moment of peace? Is that too much to ask? She rambles about the bitch finally being dead, and then another text comes in. It's Jack trying to reach her. She tosses the phone on the bed, screws off the cap of the vodka bottle and drinks. At Society, Ashley's alter, Belle, tells Alan he's just what the doctor ordered. She wants to get to the good stuff, especially if there's a happy ending involved. Alan notices her voice is different. Belle reins in the accent and covers. She pours Alan more champagne as Jack comes in. He approaches and she snarks. I didn't think Diane let you out after dark. In her mind she fumes that Tracy snitched on her and now he's there to wreck her date. Jack and Alan are introduced and make small talk. Alan asks Jack to join them and Ashley tries to fob him off, but Jack sits down. Jack asks how they met and Belle struggles, thinking, well, Dan, nobody told me there's going to be a pop quiz. Belle ventures that they were two Americans in Paris that met at a cafe. Alan says it was a museum actually. Belle says the Louvre. Alan corrects her. Belle laughs. We were looking at a Monet. Alan clears his throat. It was a Van Gogh. Jack makes faces as Belle keeps getting the details wrong. He stands up and takes his leave. Belle complains to Alan that her brother was on a fishing expedition about her mental capacity. In her suite, Nikki lurches across the room to the door whilst complaining that people won't leave her alone. Sick of it, she slurs. She rants drunkenly about the way they look at her. Don't trust her, she'll make everything worse. So stupid. It's all my fault. She tries to take a drink, but the bottle's empty. She throws it across the room. Spotting another bottle on the bed, she staggers over and climbs on. Nikki opens the bottle and puts it to her lips before deciding, I shouldn't. I need Jack. I need help. She contemplates her phone, but puts it down and decides to drink more vodka instead. Ah, she moans before closing her eyes. In Nikki's dream, she drunkenly calls out for Victor in the ranch living room. He appears and hollers at her to get out. He threatens to call security as she pleads for another chance. "I'll stop drinking, I promise." Victor cedes at her to go see Jack Abbott, her savior. He yells at her for bringing Jordan into their lives. Victoria arrives with Nick, who fumes. "What are you doing here?" Victoria yells, "You think sorry is enough after the hell you put our family through?" At Society, Jack watches from the bar as Alan tells Ashley he wants to spend some time finding out what's on her mind. She wants to take him to the jazz club. Alan tells her the jet lag is kicking in and he's calling it a night. She wants to escort him back to his hotel. He agrees. They walk out with Ashley smirking and waving goodbye to Jack as they go. On Crimson Light's patio, Billy tells Abby he wants Chancellor Winters to be as successful as possible and his mother's legacy to be represented and respected. Divin doesn't want to publicly acknowledge it. Divin is the one taking what he's doing personally as though he's threatening his kingdom. Abby thinks that's a bit harsh. Billy admits he's challenged Devin's authority a bit, but for good reason. He's a threat to his control. Abby says Divin thinks he wants control, so how does she fix this? Billy thinks they're past the point of hubbing it out. At the jazz lounge, Devin tells Nate he trusts Lily, but not Billy. Lily is vulnerable right now and Billy's right there whispering in her ear. Nate thinks she's probably looking to family, not Billy who has let her down before. Devin repeats that she's vulnerable to Billy. Nate thinks he's being paranoid. Devin thinks this is what Billy wants, for them to turn on each other. Nate isn't turning on him, just stating an opinion that's different than his. He wonders what Neil would think of all this. Devin thinks they need to be prepared to fight for the family's legacy. He has to be able to count on him. Nate states that Devin is doubting Lily and has gone back to questioning his loyalty, so if this is the way things are heading because of Billy, he agrees with him on one thing. "We need to get Abbott out of the company." As he says this, Chance appears. Chance guesses he wasn't supposed to hear that and questions Devin's loyalty to Chancellor Winters. The infighting is petty and personal. This sounds like their egos. Nate is with Chance on this. They need to get past this and work as a united front. Devin snarks that he feels like he can count on Nate about as much as Billy can count on Chance. With that, he walks to the bar. Nate and Chance exchange a look. At Crimson Lights, Billy tells Abby that Devin wants to run the company his way and isn't interested in working together for the greater good. Abby argues the company has always been successful. Billy agrees, it has been, despite Devin, not because of them. He's proven time and again that he doesn't want to work together. He sees any sort of difference of opinion as mutiny. They can't stand for that if they want the company to reach its full potential. Abby gops, "It sounds like you want Devin out. Would you actually do that?"